Hey folks, welcome back to the Samurai 11 channel. Here we go. This is it. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Man, I've been flying flight sims for, what, 35 years? Since I was, 7, 8 years old. My dad got me into flight sims, when I was a kid. And since then, I've been absolutely captivated with the idea of simulating flying using a computer and recreating it's probably just a fraction of the feeling that you get when actually flying, but even that fraction is pretty cool. And technology has just advanced so much to the culmination that is what you see in front of you right now, Flight Sim 2020. On this channel I cover a lot of combat flight sims, but I am a big civilian flight simmer as well. I tend to fly kind of general aviation stuff, not the big heavy metal. It's what I like doing. So what I thought I'd do with this video is just do a bit of an introductory flight to show you guys and for myself to get kind of acclimatized into the sim. I've done a couple flights, but that's predominantly just to get my Thrustmaster Warthog set up. I've not done a full takeoff and landing yet. So nice and early on in my journey, that is Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, which I'm sure will be a very long and fortunate kind of and fun journey. The thing I'd say is I'm surprised, man. When Flight Sim 10 came out, I was so excited about it. A big Flight Sim 9 fan, moved on to Flight Sim 10, and then obviously prepared P3D and even X-Plane 11 a little bit, although I've never really got that much out of X-Plane, if I'm honest. Maybe I'm just not trying hard enough. I know that lately a lot of third-party developers have been cutting over to X-Plane. So I was a bit surprised, if I'm honest, when Microsoft said that they're going to get back into the game. I was following them quite closely when who was it? They sold the platform rights to a third-party developer. I'm forgetting who they are. They developed the train simulations. It's probably testimony to how well that went, the fact that I can't even remember their name. Whoever they were. And that was a bit of a debacle, really. That was so much promise went into the selling of that platform, and they came up with whatever it was called, Flight, I think. And some kind of light version, some Flight School or something like that. I don't know. I played it like once. And I was just severely let down by that. And then I really didn't expect Microsoft to get back into it, and they did. And thanks to Asobo Studios and Microsoft for staying with the platform, really. It's bringing so much joy to so many people. So I'm really excited about this. So what I thought I'd do for the first flight, what better way to introduce you to the flight than to do that whole fly over my house thing. I thought I'd actually show you kind of where I live in the UK. I'm a Canadian by birth and by kind of background, but I live now in the UK. So I'm going to click on this, and that's my airport there, actually, EGBJ. This is the one. So Gloucester Airport. If you look at the UK, it's just down here. This is the Bristol, what do they call it? Bristol Channel. That's the Bristol Channel. Bristol's down here, somewhere around here. That's Keevil, Yeovilton. Where's Bristol? Lynham, Kemble, Filton. Bristol, there it is. There it is. It's all in this airspace here. So there's Bristol Airport there. I've flown out of there lots of times, not personally, obviously, on a commercial flight. So yeah, I live, if that's Gloucester Airport, this is going to be Over Farm, yeah. So I take the kids strawberry picking there. They also fly microlights there. I've done a microlight lesson from there, actually. The guys that runs Over Farm is a super nice guy. I live about here, just in a village called Norton, just off the A38. So what I figured I'd do is I'd take off, head over to the A38, fly up the A38, pass by my house. Up here is Tewkesbury. Tewkesbury is just up here. Might head up to Tewkesbury, but probably not. What I'll do is I'll fly over the house. Then I'll head down here to Cheltenham. Cheltenham's down here. Gloucester's over here. Cheltenham's down here. Show you around Cheltenham, where I work. I used to live there. Moved kind of out here to the village. And then we'll head back over to Gloucester and land. Cheltenham's around here, by the way. Gloucester around here. So we'll go flight conditions. I don't know. Why not put all players on? Is it a good idea? No, I'll just do local. We'll do live traffic and we'll do live weather and time. That's fine. Weather doesn't look too bad out. I'm looking out the window right now. It's not too bad. A bit of cloud, probably a bit of wind. We're not going to take off from the runway. What we're going to do is, I'll tell you what, I'll take off as if we're going to be taking on. We're going to be flying from Staverton Flying School, which is around there. That's the school that I'm going to be training at. Yeah, I'm going to be taking some flying lessons. I used to take some flying lessons here from Gloucester. Just got started and just never really finished. Ran out of time, really. So I'm going to try and pick those back up. I was speaking to Staverton Flying School this morning, so I'm going to click on here. I think that's pretty close to where they are. Set that as the departure. We're going to be coming straight back to EGBGA, so we're just going to be flying, staying local. So we'll take off from there, land. We're going to just do direct GPS. That's fine. All right, let's click on fly. Here we go, EGBJ. We're in a Diamond DA40NG. Looks pretty cool. That's the plane there. I love this little intro video. This is neat. Visibility 6.5 miles. That's the local time. Wind is about... Whoa, that's a windy day. I didn't think it was that windy out. Oh, okay, well, it's going to be windy. Yeah, so as I was saying, this is... Actually, this doesn't look like Staverton Flying School. This looks like where I used to fly from Tiger Airways, which is another little local school, but that's all right. We can move from here. I might get this guy to push us back, just because I want to turn that way, and he's kind of in the way. Right, so let's get this plane started. Now, I actually have the checklist, the DA40NG checklists up in my second screen. I might just use this one, though. So, this slightly simpler one. Parking brake set. It is. Power level is idle. It is. Electric master on. There we go. So we need to tick these items. Tick, tick, tick. Okay. So that page is complete. So let's go to starting engine. So strobe light on. Tick. Engine master on. So that's this here. Wait until glow indicator. I don't know what that means. You can be quiet though. Is that the glow indicator? I'm not quite sure what the glow indicator is. Sure, why not? Alright, so electric master to start. So there we go. Tick. After starting the engine, annunciator, oil pressure. So let's check the T's and P's. Load is fine, RPM is fine, temperature's coming up, oil pressure's in the green, coolant temperature's coming up, fuel temperature is right where it needs to be, fuel quantity looks good. T's and P's. Avionics master switch, let's turn that on. Tick. Parking brace release, well I'll do that when I'm ready. Okay, so that's the checklist. Like I said, very abridged checklist for that you have in the sim here. The actual one is quite long. Well, it looks like, I'll bring it over. Looks like this. Much longer. So I might actually just quickly make sure. Yeah, pitot heat. Let's make sure that the pitot heat's on. Parking brake's still on. That's fine. We'll set the flaps to take off when we get closer. All of that looks good. Now, if I go to, that's the nav log. That's that. Is this the VFR map? Yeah. So, actually, what I'll do is I'll go to ATC. 127.48. I want to actually do this because I want to learn how to use this G1000. So, where is COM1? I want to do .48, was it? Switching. Switching. Is that right? Did I have that wrong? 127.48. Okay. Come on back.
Gloucester Airport information, Mike 1400 Zulu. Wind 230 at 46. Visibility, tree. Sky condition, few clouds at 700 feet, few clouds at 4,400 feet, few clouds at 11,500 feet. Temperature, 16. 2.10. Altimeter 29.45. ILS runway 27 in use. Landing and departing runway 27. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have, Mike.
Right. Ooh, what's going on?
Gloucester Airport information, Mike 1500 Zulu.
Right. I think I'm going to change the weather only because that sounds pretty gusty, and I probably wouldn't actually be flying if the winds were that high. So let's just select a few clouds. Look at that pressure change. We can set a little bit of wind. Where's the wind here? Oh, I don't know. Oh, is this it? That's cloud. Wind. There we go. 270, 4 knots. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. I'd fly with those kind of conditions. Right. So there we go. We're all set up. Just check the T's and P's again. Yeah, oil pressure's where it needs to be. Coolant temperature's where it needs to be. Oil temperature's where it needs to be. Perfect. All right. This jet's or the jet. I used to fly in my F-18 and DCS. This plane is ready to go. Let's get a push back from this guy over here. Let's get the parking brake off and ask him to give us a push. In real life, Gloucester Airport, you know, the guy pushing you back would probably be someone in your flight school if he was really nice and gave you a bit of a push. I think it's unlikely that you get a push back here at Gloucester. What you probably do is just put the plane where you want it to go yourself. There we go. Anything behind us? Can't see anything behind us. So we're going to probably head over this way. Runway 27 is just over here. Alright, that's far enough. Thanks, pal. Off you go. Piss off now. Thanks for your help. Is that a lady? Thank you, lady. Alright, let's get the parking brake on. I want to know... Ooh, not that button. What gets ATC up? What button? So 122.9 for ground. So let's get that set. Oops. Switch over. .905. Okay. Try that. It's very accurate. There we go. We're going to depart to the north.
Gloucester ground, Diamond Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra ready to taxi departure to the north with Mike. Diamond Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra taxi to and hold short of runway 27 using Taxiway Foxtrot. Contact tower on 122.905 when ready.
Okay, I have to acknowledge that.
Taxi to and hold short runway 27 using Taxiway Foxtrot Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra.
So if we zoom in on this one, you can see the airport. Oh, that's zooming out. That's zooming way out. So Foxtrot is this taxiway here, so he wants us out. Well, yeah, we're gonna have to spin right around. what I could probably do is come down here and then turn around and come back. I don't know if I'm going to make that turn there. So, a bit of work to do. Alright, let's get that off. Let's get the taxi lights on. I'm going to kick the rudder and bring it down this way. Kick the rudder and the left toe brake, get a sharp turn going. There we go. That's what we want. So we'll head out here to Foxtrot. What can I say? Ooh, a little bit of, oh, there's a forklift screaming down Taxiway Foxtrot. So normally, if something like that was happening, the tower, which is right there, be saying watch out for non-aircraft traffic on the taxiway. That's all right. So we're just kicking this over. What I'll say so far is stunning, absolutely stunning. So this is pretty accurate to what Gloucester is. Like I said, I've flown from here. I've actually flown an aircraft from here several times. This building right here is something called the Aviator Pub. Which those of you from this area, that's a little local favorite. They've got tons of picnic tables out on the side. It's on a bit of a hill, actually. The hill's missing. But some picnic tables out the side that you can actually go out and watch aircraft taking off and landing. Right, we're just coming up to 27 on Foxtrot. This is the Alpha entryway onto the airport, the runway. I'm just going to hold short here and do some after engine check before takeoff checks. I'm actually going to use the Diamond's actual checklist, right? So parking brake set. We'll set the parking brake. Seatbelts fastened. Backrest upright. Rear door closed and latched is. Front canopy closed and latched is. Door warning lights off. They are. Circuit breakers. They're all in. Flaps set to check takeoff, which they are now. Power level is idle. It is MFD is EIS system. I don't know how to get system up on these MFDs. If someone knows how with the G1000s, I think these are G1000s, please can someone tell me in the comments below how the hell to do that. I need to do an ECU test. I'm not going to do that. Line of procedure. Landing light is on. We're going to put that on as we go into the into the runway. Approach clear. Runway identified. Power check performed. Right, so we're almost at sea level, so we want 95% on the load. All right. Pre-takeoff check cleared. We're going to contact ATC and let them know that we're ready to go.
Gloucester Tower Diamond Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra ready at runway 27 north departure. Diamond Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra cleared for takeoff runway 27 departure to the north approved.
All right, clear for takeoff runway 27.
Cleared for takeoff runway 27 Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra.
A bit of friction on the ground there. Hard to get the aircraft moving again. So we can head that way. This is a displaced threshold. I'm going to actually just head over to the displaced threshold and use that as my run-up area. Kick the toe brakes, the left toe brakes, and get heading straight down the center line. There we go. We're clear for takeoff, so we're just going to roll the power on. Go. We've got full power set. Load is in the green. RPM's in the green, which is good. We're not overtaxing the engine. T's and P's are still looking good. Rotated about 60. There it is. Just pulling the nose up. There we go, we're airborne. Climbing. Now, load is a bit high. So for noise abatement in real life, you do a 10-degree turn off here. So I'm going to head to 280. It's just noise abatement. There's some buildings down here, some homes down here. That over there is Chosen Hill, also known as Churchdown Hill. That's Churchdown just over there. Gloucester is down that way. So we're just heading off. This is a golf course here. And that's
X-ray Golf Sierra, continue for north departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Gloucester Tower Diamond Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra, continue for north departure.
Alright, there we go. We've got the clearance to continue for our north departure. So we're just banking the aircraft around here. We're going to start heading north here in a second. Don't have to head straight north. I'm going to see if I can pick up the A38, which I think is right there. Yeah, that's the A38 just down there. Trim the aircraft for a climb. I'm going to get the flaps in. Yeah, that's the A38. Frames are looking a bit low in places. I'd like to see if I can get my frame rate up at some point. I'm going to try and see how I can do that. Just heading up here to the north. The other thing I find weird is that with track IR I can actually get outside the canopy with the cockpit, which is a bit weird. Lost the A38. Don't know where it is. Over there's the M5. That's Cheltenham over there. I used to live there, and the business that I own with some colleagues is headquartered over there in a building called Eagle Tower, which has the dubious distinction of being the the tallest building in Gloucestershire, which, well, isn't saying much. This is the A38 just down below us there. So that is the main north-south A road that connects Gloucester to Tewkesbury. This is down Hatherley Lane, which is just coming off this way. That's that lane right there. Just following the A38 up. Probably going to come outside of his area soon. He's going to okay me for a frequency change. I think that's down Hadley Lane, maybe. Maybe I've already passed it.
Golf Sierra, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Okay.
Gloucester Tower Diamond Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra, frequency change.
I think I've actually already passed my house. Yeah, this is Tewkesbury up here. This is the outskirts of Tewkesbury. Back in 2007, tons of flooding in Tewkesbury when there was some heavy rains here in the UK. This right here is the industrial park that I used to work at. I used to work in probably that building right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to head now down to Cheltenham. So I'm just going to do a right bank over. I'm outside the airfield's airspace, so we don't need to worry about that right now. Staying in a climb, and in fact I'm going to release the back pressure and roll off the power. You can see the load and the RPM are quite high. They're in the yellow, so I need to be careful about that. So let's get them down into the green, and then we'll trim the aircraft for level flight. We'll head down here to Cheltenham. I'll show you around Cheltenham a little bit. And then we'll come back over to, this is the Cotswold Escarpment. So some beautiful hills up there. Over there are the Malvern Hills, these hills over here. So you can see Cheltenham's in a bit of a valley between those two ridge features. Now this isn't Cheltenham. What is that? Is that, I know what that is. That's Bishop's Cleeve. That is Bishop's Cleeve. That's a relatively new community. Over here is the Cheltenham Racecourse, which is known for the Gold Cup. In fact, let's bring it off the port side of the aircraft so you can see it a little bit more clearly as we fly over it. Yeah, during Gold Cup week, Cheltenham is absolutely rammed with people. Yeah. There we go. So this is Cleve Hill up here. And Cleve Common, which is a great place for walking and dog walking and that sort of stuff. Over there should be Gloucester. Yeah, you can see it through the haze there a little bit. That round building is Government Communication Headquarters, which is a UK government civil service organisation, big one. Biggest employer in Gloucestershire, I think. Yeah, so that's the race course down there. Where's the McDonald's? The McDonald's is down right around here somewhere, I think. Let's see if we can see Eagle Tower, if they've got it modelled. Doesn't look like they've got Eagle Tower modelled. Can't see it anyways. That's fine. Still pretty damn good. This, yeah, looks pretty accurate. That's the Lido. That's the Cheltenham's outdoor swimming pool. Amazing place, awesome place. Often oversubscribed, though. A lot of people go there. Yeah, okay. This is the A40, which connects Cheltenham to Gloucester. This is the Princess Elizabeth Way roundabout. That is the Golden Valley roundabout. I'm just going to bring the aircraft over this way. Just going to bring it along the escarpment here. Now, I don't know what this complex is. I wonder if I've got the super sampling set too high. I did increase it to 140. I'm going to drop it down to 130. See if that makes a difference. The auto detect had it at 120. Yeah, it's a bit better. I think it was just sampling too many times. Cool. All right. This is the downtown area of Cheltenham. This is the high street here, I think. Good shopping in Cheltenham, actually, and excellent restaurants. So I'm just going to bring it around here to the escarpment. Where are we? There's GCHQ. Gloucester Airport should just be right back there. There it is. I can see the flashing beacon. You can see it there. Right, so I should still be tuned to Gloucester, so I'm going to just request, there we are, so we are on 122.9, which is what we want, and we want to request a full stop landing.
Gloucester Tower Diamond Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is 5 miles east with Mike to land.
Diamond Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Gloucester Tower. Fly straight in runway 27. Altimeter 29.9 to wind 27 tree at 7.
Fly straight in runway 27 Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Okay, so they've cleared me for a straight-in approach to 27, which, again, having flown from Gloucester, they would never do, unless you're like a jet or something along those lines. If you're general aviation, I say they never do. They probably wouldn't do, typically wouldn't. If you're general aviation, what they tend to do is have you join on an overhead join. So what we do is we join. It's a right pattern for runway 27. So you'd join on an overhead join. So you join on an upwind. From here, you join on an upwind for runway 27. Cross the threshold at 1,000 feet above pattern, which I think is about 2,200, and then you descend. After you cross the runway on your crosswind down to pattern altitude, which is about 1,200. You'd fly the pattern at 1,200. You turn.
Golf Sierra cleared to land runway 27. Wind 27 tree at 7.
Cleared to land runway 27 Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra.
There's runway 27 there, so we just have to come over a little bit. Yeah, so they typically have you join with an overhead join, just to control the traffic. Like I said, it's a, well, I haven't said, Gloucester is the busiest general aviation airport in England, so there's a lot of traffic and a lot of it in the pattern, and so yeah, what they'd probably do is have you join on an overhead join, so they can control you a little bit more, get you into the pattern that way rather than a direct-in approach. You can get direct-in approaches, but it's almost always if you're IFR. Okay, that's about 1,000 feet. We want to see if we can hold it about there, so just hold the power in. Gonna get the speed down, so we're gonna trim the nose up. A bit windy. Trimming up, just trying to hold it at about 90 knots. So trimming for 90. There we go. Turn the runway. There we go. We're cleared to land. Landing lights on. No, dropping too much. Need to trim some more. The white arcs, so we're going to go flaps. First notch for now. Should scrub some more speed off, which it is. There we go. We're still a bit high. We've got red over, sorry, a bit low. We've got red over red, so we want to stay high for a bit longer. There we go. We're starting to get some whites on the VASI lights now. The second notch of flaps now. Get the speed scrubbed down. Feed in a bit more fuel, actually, a bit more throttle. A bit high, still a bit high, so we just want to grab that glide slope. Remember what I was saying, it's got a big displaced threshold, runway 27, and they don't mind if you use it for taking off, but they don't like if you land on it at Gloucester. Holding it off high, just want to get under that glide slope. Good. Close to stalling, getting the speed a bit low. There we go. Right, let's take some throttle out. We're on the glide slope now. Not using, we're pitched appropriately. We're not using the stick to increase or decrease descent rate. We're using the throttle. So still holding off on the throttle, still holding off, coming down. It's saying that we're low, but I don't think we are. It feels like we're high. There we go. A bit of a bounce there. Let's get some brakes on, get the nose down.
Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra exit runway when able.
Okay, this is the Echo Taxiway here. I'm just going to take this one.
Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra contact ground on 122.905.
Okay.
122.905 for Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Taxi to parking.
Gloucester ground, Diamond Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra taxi to parking.
Diamond Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Taxi to General Aviation Parking via Taxiway Echo Cross Runway 4 Left Bravo Cross Runway Tree 6 Charlie Foxtrot.
Taxiing to General Aviation Parking using Taxiway Echo Cross Runway 4 Left Bravo Cross Runway Tree 6 Charlie Foxtrot Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Okay, so what he's got us doing is we're over here on the Echo Taxiway, which is this long taxiway here that connects the end of runway 27 to the end of runway, what is that, runway 22. Yeah, this is 2204. So connects those two things together. We're going way too fast for our taxi. So slow that down. So we've got clearance to cross 4 at what's calling 4 left. Now the reason it's calling it 4 left is you don't see a 4 right, but there is one, and it's a grass strip that's just in there. So we've been cleared to cross this. We're going way too fast. Cleared to cross this, so I think we're all right. I don't see anything on final or anything on the runway. We're just going to cross over this. Now we're on Bravo. Yeah, there's a grass strip just up there. Alright, so here's runway 36. So we're going to come into the end of runway 36, and we're actually going to take 36 up, and we're going to exit runway 36 on the Charlie taxiway, which is this one here, right to left to right, right to left. Don't want to hit that light, so we're going to avoid that. So this is the Charlie way taxi, the Charlie taxiway here. So we're going to take that. So we're off at Charlie, and then this is the Foxtrot taxiway. So we're going to take that. Now, in actual fact, we came in over here, but this building here is actually the Staverton Flying School building. And in fact, there would be hangar doors here. We've got 2 big hangars. So that's where I'm going to park, as if I'm actually flying a lesson from them. There is this odd little light here, which has absolutely no business being there. But again, procedurally generated, I'd imagine. So I'm just going to take this taxiway here, take it over and park up as if we were at Staverton Flying School. Here we go. This is where we'll park. Once it breaks in, oop, what's going on there? Stop doing silly stuff, track either. Let's get the parking brake on, which is. So I'm actually going to follow the shutdown procedures on the actual card here. I might leave this up so you can see it. Oop, no, we don't want to do that. Here we go. Right, so flaps up. They are. Pitot heat off. Done. Of course, that's happening. Fuel pump off. It is. Alternate air closed. Where's the alternate air on this thing? I don't know where alt air is on this thing. Okay. Landing taxi light as required. We can turn those off now. Leave the strobe on as long as the prop is spinning. Where are we? Right, engine system page. Like I said, I don't know how to get the system page up. If you know how to do that with this G1000, please can someone tell me? I would really appreciate it. Avionics master off. Done. Electrical consumers except ACL strobe off. Oh, I think I had the taxi light, the landing light on. Okay, those are all off. Engine master off. Here we go. We'll shut down the engine. Alright, there we go. Got some warnings. Prop has stopped spinning, so we can now turn the strobe off. There we go, strobe off. And when the engine indicates X out red, which it has, then we can go off, and we could take the start key out if we could. Right. That was my first full flight. It was just a local flight, but my first full flight in the simulator. Let me just get the camera to the external camera. You can hear some traffic around doing something. It's our little DA-40. Man, that's a cool plane. What are my thoughts? Well, it's stunning, really. It's staggering. The fidelity of the simulation is amazing. This is obviously the now de facto civilian non-military flight simulator on the market. I can't think of anything that's as good as this. I'm just going to turn down some of the sounds so you can hear me a bit better. There we go. Yeah, I mean, this has got to be... I mean, I love X-Plane, but this has got to be the new bar, the new baseline upon which everything else is measured. Look at the kind of modeling of the grass, this airport itself. This is not one of the kind of amazing airports that you get in either the normal or deluxe editions. This is just one of the kind of procedurally generated ones, and it's pretty damn accurate. I mean, there's some issues like I said, these would be hangar doors here. But I mean, considering this is the stock airport, pretty damn amazing, really. The flight modeling feels pretty incredible. The ground modeling as you're taxiing feels pretty accurate. Again, I've not flown a DA-40, but I have flown two different types of Cessna, a 152 and a 172. And I've flown an RF-6, all quirky, all had their unique kind of handling characteristics on the ground. But it feels, yeah, it felt pretty accurate. The sound was incredible. That's, again, what it sounds like in a plane with all the creaks and squeaks and warbles that you get from a plane. The texture modeling, the ground mesh, the elevation data in the sim looks pretty amazing. It looks very accurate. The roads were accurate to what's in this area. I was able to identify, you know, the A38 road, the A40 that connects Cheltenham to Gloucester. I was able to identify roundabouts that I know very well. The Princess Elizabeth Way roundabout, the Golden Valley roundabout. Tewkesbury was well modeled, including the industrial park where I used to work. It's good, man. And, you know, Orbex hasn't touched this yet, right? Like, this is, you know, this is incredibly accurate to a high degree of fidelity straight out of the box. That is a game changer, folks. That is something very, very different, something that we've never had with a sim. You don't have to spend huge amounts of money on add-ons to get this thing set up in the way that you want to have a very accurate and high fidelity kind of flight simulator straight out of the box. So yeah, I am enormously impressed, and I know that I'm going to be spending a lot of time in this simulator and having an awful lot of fun with it. That's it for today's video, folks. As always, stay happy, stay healthy, look after each other. Samurai is RTB.